Hey guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is another book talk for Harley in the Sky by Akemi Dawn Bowman. I think I might have said the name wrong. But yeah, so you guys, I just finished reading this and I loved it. Like, at first, it kind of took me a minute to get into it, I think. But once I did, and once I fell in sync, I guess, with Harley and her world, I really started to love it and adore the story itself. And the main reason I picked it up was because it was circus. It had a theme for the circus, big top, magical kind of thing, and I like books that have like a theme with the circus in it. I don't know why. Even though I haven't read a whole lot, I still really enjoy it because it's just kind of magical, I guess. And yeah, so that's mainly, yeah. But so we'll start off talking about what it is mainly about, I guess. So Harley in the Sky is about a girl named Harley, who is actually the daughter to two people who own a circus in Las Vegas. And she wants to become a trapeze artist, I believe, at the circus. And she keeps trying to get her parents to say yes so she can join their circus and be part of that and get one of their trapeze artists to train her and all this. But her parents are dead set against it and don't want that life for her. They want her to go to school, to become something, have a plan, all this stuff. Kind of like any parents, I guess. They're just trying to look out for her. They want what's best for her. And she doesn't want that. And in a way, I can understand. You're 18, you want to follow your own path, you want to do your own thing. You want to be the one that makes mistakes and stuff. But that's not what her parents want. So she takes it upon herself one day when she sees a rival circus owner talking to one of her people to later on the lady that the other circus owner was talking to just took the card but gave it to Harley and was like, throw it away, I don't want this, I don't want to go to the other circus and all this. So Harley keeps it, throws it in her car and doesn't think about it until she gets told again by her parents that they don't want her to be part of the circus, they want her to go to school. So she finds the card, she calls him, and basically she's making a deal with the devil, I guess you could say. And in return for him bringing her to his circus, he wants something from her, which is a set list from her parents' circus. So, and that's not really a spoiler because it kind of tells what it is. So she gets what he wants and she goes with, yes, I think it's Simon. I think Simon is the other. So I'm probably going to say these circus names so wrong. But the circus her parents own is called Teatro del Not. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. That's her family circus. The one, oh, there it was. And I just lost it. And the circus that she ends up going to with Simon is Maison du Mystère. I totally missed saying that, but that's the name of the bottom. So we're just going to call it Mason. And so she goes with him, and she wants to practice under his trapeze artist, which is Maggie, but Maggie wants nothing to do with her when she gets there. So she kind of just says, whatever, sit in the shadows and watch, but I don't want to teach you nothing. So you have Harley doing that. And then you have a lot of the different people in the Mason circus. You have Dexy and Vivian, which are Harley's 2 roommates or trailer mates. One's knife throwing, another is tightrope walking. So they were really fun to see those 2 characters, and I really adored them. How they just weren't like all the other people in the circus when Harley first got there and ignored her, but they brought her in. They were nice to her. They befriended her. And then, of course, you have Vass, which comes in later on, and he's the Mason's composer, or he wants to be the composer, but Simon kind of pushes him aside and says, I have this set list that I got. This is what we're going to use. So Vass is kind of just off to the side. So sad. And yeah. And so we see Harley trying to fit in with them, and Simon puts her to work as like a popcorn person. Doesn't even put her in the show or anything, just kind of pushes her aside. So basically he just used her to get what he wanted, and he's not going to do anything for her. And at first, Harley wants to quit. But then she realizes, you know what? I'm going to stick through this. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to find ways for me to train myself to become this trapeze artist and go from there. And I just adore her strength that she has and her will to keep going when things get tough. And I love that eventually Vass sees that, I think, and starts to help her as well. And just as the story goes, you see little glimpses of who Vass is as well, and I just adore him, you guys. Like, I was so happy for the ending of this book. Like, I loved it. And I really did want to see Vass and Harley become something more. And I'm glad she was able to find herself. But the other thing that I liked about this story was there were certain, it's like it had a underlying message about mental health. And in a way, it kind of seemed like Harley, although they never really said what she was or said anything because her parents didn't believe in taking her to a doctor or labeling her with a mental health thing or label. I believe it was more like she was kind of bipolar because she had she talked about being really high and happy all the time. And then just like that, she would go like hit rock bottom, and she would have these lows of hating herself and not feeling a part of anything. And so I kind of, like I said, it's kind of like that underlying mental health for like bipolarness. And I don't know, there's something about that I could kind of relate to. And I think a lot of people might be able to, because a lot of people, I think, have those highs and lows, maybe not as drastic as she was having in the story, but on some level, And I know there's days where I'm happy, I'm excited, I want to do stuff. And then there's other days where I want to curl up in my bed and just cry for no apparent reason. Just like everything feels like a burden, or I feel like a burden to everyone, or just, I don't know, there was something about it. I think that's another part that really caught my attention. Like, I could feel it and understand her. And I don't think some of the people around her understood that. I don't think her friends understood really all that well. But I don't know. It was just, I really liked that aspect of the book, along with everything else, and also how she was talking about she was Asian and American, but she wasn't Asian enough to fit in with her family and to be called that, but she wasn't American enough either. I don't know if that makes sense, but she felt like she was split. She could never find like pieces to make her whole, and she didn't belong with anyone. She didn't belong to one. She didn't belong to the other. I don't know. I felt for her, and I really loved her character, and just wish I could hold her and tell her, people do care. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think. And then for some of the stuff near the end of the book to happen, like, I wanted to just like punch Simon and everyone. But yeah. So if you haven't read this book, I definitely recommend it if you're into the circus trope, if you're into, I don't know, what else? It's definitely fun, but it's also kind of heavy in a way with some of the stuff it deals with, I guess, like I said. But yeah, definitely recommend it if you haven't. And if you have read it, let me know. That is like fight. Let me know what you thought about it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.